Hello, my name is Sergio Hernandez Padron, and this video will serve as the maintenance and installation guide for VIP 8.0. On this video, I'll show you in part 1 what are the tools necessary to run the application. On part 2, I will show how to get the development environment ready on your local computer. And on part 3, we'll go over how to upload and set up the production version of the website. So for part one, there will be three tools. The first one is going to be Node.js. You can install whatever the most current release is using this button here. So just install it in your local machine. Make sure that it's properly installed. The second tool is MongoDB. You can download the Community Server Edition from this website. Just make sure that the current release is higher than 3.4, and you'll be good to go. And finally, if you don't have it already installed, install Git for your platform, so you can work with the repository. After you're done installing these tools, you can download or clone a copy of the repository with the link provided by the product owner. Once you're done cloning the repo, um, you can run the install.bat or install.sh depending on which operating system you're installing it. So you will just type it on the console, install.bat for the case of Windows, and for the case of Linux, it will be or Mac, it will be install.sh. After you're done running that script, uh, you want to go to the config file and just make sure that for your local installation port and external port have these two values. Also, the database should be pointing to MongoDB localhost with this port. And then down here in the server.js, just make sure that the server is set up to localhost and HTTP instead of HTTPS, because like I mentioned before, we don't have security on the localhost. So once you have those two config files set up correctly, the server and the config, you might want to start by starting the the Mongo engine for the database. So just type this command on the terminal to get the Mongo database running. And then the other thing that you need to start is in a different terminal is the server with this command. And make sure that once you run the database, there's no errors here, and the same once you start the server, should be no errors here. Once those two are running, we can go ahead and check that the service is running. So on localhost 3000, we should have the website popping out. And to make sure that it's loading from the database, we'll go to projects, and the projects will load. Now you can actually go ahead and start making changes to the code and testing them on the browser back here. Um, Also make sure that once you make changes to the code, you stop the server and restart it. And that is the last step to get the web application running locally. The next portion of the video will cover how to upload and set up the production version of the website, and this applies for production and development websites. We have a production which is VIP dot FIU dot edu, and then we have VIP dot dev dot CS dot FIU dot edu, which is the development testing website. So to upload it to the production server, several files need to be modified, and the code folder needs to be copied to the correct location on the server. So the first file that needs to be modified once you upload it to the server is similar to when we created the local copy. It's gonna be this config file right here. So for the production environment, we want to change the external port to 443, and we're gonna keep the Mongo because Mongo is installed on the server using the same path, and we also gonna change the secure flag to true. The other file that we need to change once we upload to the server will be auth.js, and the change that we're gonna do here will be just comment this line over here and uncomment this one, and that way it is already pre-set up for the production server. The other file that we're gonna change will be server.js. We're gonna add an S at the end for secure HTTP, and then the local host, we're gonna change it to the actual production URL, vip.fiu.edu. So once those three files are changed, all you have to do is use some FTP tool. I use FileZilla to upload the entire content of code into the production website, and you're gonna upload it into a folder that is located in var www VIP final, and replace that other code folder that already exists there. One final note is to make sure that you stop the server before you copy the content of the code folder using this command. And once the content of the folder is copied, you want to run these three commands to regenerate the certificate, and also run these other two commands to start the database again and the server. Also, I would like to mention that there is a more detailed document explaining the whole installation process that you can refer to if you have any questions. Thank you.